As we continue in the little book of Obadiah, our verse for the day is verse 17. But on Mount Zion there shall be those that escape, and it shall be holy. And the house of Jacob shall take possession of those who dispossessed them. Here in verse 17 of Obadiah, we hear something that's almost identical to what the Lord spoke through the prophet Joel in Joel chapter 2, verse 32. Almost the same words, the idea that there will be those who escape, there will be those who survive. This is what in many biblical books is called the remnant, that God will preserve a faithful remnant so that God's people aren't completely wiped out or eliminated, and that God's covenant promises can continue and move forward through the generations. And so the idea that, first of all, this will be in Jerusalem, on Mount Zion, that there will be those who escape, and that it shall be holy. Now remember, Jerusalem has been destroyed, the temple was ransacked, and the people had been conquered, and it's the idea that not only will there be a faithful remnant, but once again, there will be a holy place, there will be holiness present among the people, because God will be among the people. And in Obadiah, part of the promise too is that things will flip. And the Israelites who had been dispossessed and conquered by the Babylonians, and the Edomites who had also looted and participated in the harm done to God's people, that will be changed, and the circumstances will be turned, and the Israelites will be back in charge, if you will, in Jerusalem and in Zion. So this idea, what I want to share with you, or maybe for you to ponder, is this idea of a faithful remnant who calls on the Lord, who shall escape, who shall continue to pursue God's commandments and ordinances. There's a sense in which we live in a time when fewer and fewer people claim any religious affiliation whatsoever. There are the nuns, there are and that's not women devoted to Christ who happen to be Roman Catholic. It's people who claim no religious affiliation whatsoever. That number is growing, and the number of people who claim a personal faith in God is shrinking in the United States. And we are called to be a faithful people, a faithful remnant, if you will, even if those of us who have a personal faith in Christ are shrinking in numbers. That doesn't change our calling to be God's people and to be holy and to honor God in our lives, in our worship, each and every day, and also to invite others to experience the God with whom we are in relationship.